warm, warm.
Having or producing a comfortably high temperature, although not hot.
I do hate to interrupt, but I love this song and I could really use a warm body. I do hate to interrupt, but I love this song and I could really use a warm body.
I do hate to interrupt, but I love this song and I could really use a warm body.
I do hate to interrupt, but I love this song and I could really use a warm body. I do hate to interrupt, but I love this song and I could really use a warm body.
I know he was warm. I know he was warm.
I know he was warm.
I know he was warm. I know he was warm.
She wants to keep them warm, right? Protect them and keep them warm. She wants to keep them warm, right? Protect them and keep them warm.
She wants to keep them warm, protect them and keep them warm.
She wants to keep them warm, right? Protect them and keep them warm. She wants to keep them warm, right? Protect them and keep them warm.
Phone, phone.
A device that uses either a system of wires along which electrical signals are sent or a system of radio signals to make it possible for you to speak to someone in another place who has a similar device.
The phone bill arrives, but you don't pay it right away. The phone bill arrives, but you don't pay it right away.
The phone bill arrives, but you don't pay it right away.
The phone bill arrives, but you don't pay it right away. The phone bill arrives, but you don't pay it right away.
We'll come back from our walk and the phone was ringing. We'll come back from our walk and the phone was ringing.
We were coming back from our walk, and the phone was ringing.
We'll come back from our walk and the phone was ringing. We'll come back from our walk and the phone was ringing.
Well, you'll be making my appointments. You'll work the phones.
Oh.
Well, you'll be making my appointments. You'll work the phones.
Oh.
Well, you'll be making my appointments. You'll work the phones.
Well, you'll be making my appointments. You'll work the phones. Well, you'll be making my appointments. You'll work the phones.
Forget, forget.
To be unable to remember a fact, something that happened, or how to do something.
And I was struck by how I had forgotten what it means to be a human. And I was struck by how I had forgotten what it means to be a human.
And I was struck by how I had forgotten what it means to be a human.
And I was struck by how I had forgotten what it means to be a human. And I was struck by how I had forgotten what it means to be a human.
Look, forget how it happened. Can you... Look, forget how it happened. Can you...
Look, forget how it happened.
Look, forget how it happened. Can you... Look, forget how it happened. Can you...
You forgot your legs! You forgot your legs!
You forgot your legs.
You forgot your legs! You forgot your legs!
11, 11.
The number 11.
11 months ago. 11 months ago.
11 months ago.
11 months ago. 11 months ago.
He was 11 years old. He was 11 years old.
He was 11 years old.
He was 11 years old. He was 11 years old.
11 years ago, exactly 11 years ago, this very month, I was broke. 11 years ago, exactly 11 years ago, this very month, I was broke.
11 years ago, exactly 11 years ago, this very month, I was broke.
11 years ago, exactly 11 years ago, this very month, I was broke. 11 years ago, exactly 11 years ago, this very month, I was broke.
Supermarket, supermarket.
A large shop which sells most types of food and other goods needed in the home.
I'm reporting from the Razzle Dazzle supermarket on 75th and Columbus. I'm reporting from the Razzle Dazzle supermarket on 75th and Columbus.
I'm reporting from the Razzle Dazzle supermarket on 75th and Columbus.
I'm reporting from the Razzle Dazzle supermarket on 75th and Columbus. I'm reporting from the Razzle Dazzle supermarket on 75th and Columbus.
How much money do you spend in your life in a supermarket? How much money do you spend in your life in a supermarket?
How much money do you spend, in your life, in a supermarket?
How much money do you spend in your life in a supermarket? How much money do you spend in your life in a supermarket?
We could ask every restaurant, every supermarket, where their meat comes from. We could ask every restaurant, every supermarket, where their meat comes from.
We could ask every restaurant, every supermarket, where their meat comes from.
We could ask every restaurant, every supermarket, where their meat comes from. We could ask every restaurant, every supermarket, where their meat comes from.
Include. Include.
To contain something as a part of something else, or to make something part of something else.
And she thought it was too funny to not include it anyway. And she thought it was too funny to not include it anyway.
She thought it was too funny to not include it.
And she thought it was too funny to not include it anyway. And she thought it was too funny to not include it anyway.
When will you include the child in the city? When will you include the child in the city?
When will you include the child in the city?
When will you include the child in the city? When will you include the child in the city?
You include directly the nature in the floor of the office. You include directly the nature in the floor of the office.
You include, directly, the nature in the floor of the office.
You include directly the nature in the floor of the office. You include directly the nature in the floor of the office.
Farm. Farm.
An area of land, together with a house and buildings, used for growing crops and keeping animals as a business.
You know, I grew up on a farm very much like this. You know, I grew up on a farm very much like this.
You know, I grew up on a farm very much like this.
You know, I grew up on a farm very much like this. You know, I grew up on a farm very much like this.
Every morning, they fly 150 miles into the farm. Every morning, they fly 150 miles into the farm.
Every morning, they fly 150 miles into the farm.
Every morning, they fly 150 miles into the farm. Every morning, they fly 150 miles into the farm.
The farm needs me tonight. The farm needs me tonight.
The farm needs me tonight.
The farm needs me tonight. The farm needs me tonight.
Cheap. Cheap.
Costing little money or less than is usual or expected.
I hear the bus is pretty cheap. I hear the bus is pretty cheap.
I hear the bus is pretty cheap.
I hear the bus is pretty cheap. I hear the bus is pretty cheap.
It's really cheap. It's really cheap.
It's really cheap.
It's really cheap. It's really cheap.
So, how cheap is it? So, how cheap is it?
So, how cheap is it?
So, how cheap is it? So, how cheap is it?
Apartment. Apartment.
A set of rooms for living in, especially on one floor of a building.
You guys are always hanging out in my apartment? You guys are always hanging out in my apartment?
You guys are always hanging out in my apartment.
You guys are always hanging out in my apartment? You guys are always hanging out in my apartment?
I want to call my apartment and check on my grandma. Shoot. I want to call my apartment and check on my grandma. Shoot.
I want to call my apartment and check on my grandma.
I want to call my apartment and check on my grandma. Shoot. I want to call my apartment and check on my grandma. Shoot.
That's a lovely apartment.
That's a lovely apartment.
It's a lovely apartment.
That's a lovely apartment. That's a lovely apartment.
Meat. Meat.
The flesh of an animal when it is used for food.
So, for example, is meat good or bad? So, for example, is meat good or bad?
So, for example, is meat good or bad?
So, for example, is meat good or bad? So, for example, is meat good or bad?
Howard, what cows offer meat? Howard, what cows offer meat?
Well, cows offer meat.
Howard, what cows offer meat? Howard, what cows offer meat?
Find. Find.
To discover, especially where a thing or person is, either unexpectedly or by searching, or to discover where to get or how to achieve something.
What? Thought we were trying to find stuff. What? Thought we were trying to find stuff.
I thought we were trying to find stuff.
What? Thought we were trying to find stuff. What? Thought we were trying to find stuff.
I hope you can find some way to be happy for me. I hope you can find some way to be happy for me.
I hope you can find some way to be happy for me.
I hope you can find some way to be happy for me. I hope you can find some way to be happy for me.
She will never find her way back, and there she is. She will never find her way back, and there she is.
She will never find her way back, and there she is.
She will never find her way back, and there she is. She will never find her way back, and there she is.
Then.
At that time.
And then I'm here talking to you, and it's easy and it's fun. And then I'm here talking to you, and it's easy and it's fun.
And then I'm here talking to you, and it's easy and it's fun.
And then I'm here talking to you, and it's easy and it's fun. And then I'm here talking to you, and it's easy and it's fun.
And then you'll come back to me. And then you'll come back to me.
And then you'll come back to me.
And then you'll come back to me. And then you'll come back to me.
And what we saw then was something also we hadn't seen before. And what we saw then was something also we hadn't seen before.
And what we saw then was something also we hadn't seen before.
And what we saw then was something also we hadn't seen before. And what we saw then was something also we hadn't seen before.
Cooking. Cooking.
The activity of preparing or cooking food.
We spent much of our time with my mother cooking. We spent much of our time with my mother cooking.
We spent much of our time with my mother cooking.
We spent much of our time with my mother cooking. We spent much of our time with my mother cooking.
Now take cooking, for example. Now take cooking, for example.
Now, take cooking for example.
Now take cooking, for example. Now take cooking, for example.
It's the problem of women cooking on open fires. It's the problem of women cooking on open fires.
It's the problem of women cooking on open fires.
It's the problem of women cooking on open fires. It's the problem of women cooking on open fires.
During.
From the beginning to the end of a particular period.
So during a 2-hour race, each car will be sending 750 million numbers. So during a 2-hour race, each car will be sending 750 million numbers.
So during a 2-hour race, each car will be sending 750 million numbers.
So during a 2-hour race, each car will be sending 750 million numbers. So during a 2-hour race, each car will be sending 750 million numbers.
What if the camera hadn't been rolling during the first moon landing?
That's one
What if the camera hadn't been rolling during the first moon landing?
What if the camera hadn't been rolling during the first moon landing?
What if the camera hadn't been rolling during the first moon landing? What if the camera hadn't been rolling during the first moon landing?
During your 2-hour lunch break. During your 2-hour lunch break.
During your 2-hour lunch break.
During your 2-hour lunch break. During your 2-hour lunch break.
Boring. Boring.
Not interesting or exciting.
Just a bunch of losers telling boring stories. Just a bunch of losers telling boring stories.
Just a bunch of losers telling boring stories.
Just a bunch of losers telling boring stories. Just a bunch of losers telling boring stories.
So no, I am not boring. So no, I am not boring.
So no, I am not boring.
So no, I am not boring. So no, I am not boring.
Why are my notes so boring? Why are my notes so boring?
Why are my notes so boring?
Why are my notes so boring? Why are my notes so boring?
Hey. Hey.
Used as a way of attracting someone's attention, sometimes in a way that is not very polite.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everybody, game time. Hey, everybody, game time.
Hey, everybody, game time.
Hey, everybody, game time. Hey, everybody, game time.
Telephone. Telephone.
A phone.
We need to secure our telephone calls. We need to secure our telephone calls.
We need to secure our telephone calls.
We need to secure our telephone calls. We need to secure our telephone calls.
Having a telephone in my country was a huge luxury. Having a telephone in my country was a huge luxury.
Having a telephone in my country was a huge luxury.
Having a telephone in my country was a huge luxury. Having a telephone in my country was a huge luxury.
But the next morning, while I was still in the hospital, I got a telephone call. But the next morning, while I was still in the hospital, I got a telephone call.
But the next morning, while I was still in the hospital, I got a telephone call.
But the next morning, while I was still in the hospital, I got a telephone call. But the next morning, while I was still in the hospital, I got a telephone call.
Phone. Phone.
To communicate with someone by phone.
But he's just phoning it in. But he's just phoning it in.
But he's just phoning it in.
But he's just phoning it in. But he's just phoning it in.
You didn't phone 5, did you? You didn't phone 5, did you?
You didn't phone 5, did you?
You didn't phone 5, did you? You didn't phone 5, did you? I know when you don't phone 510. I know when you don't phone 510.
I know when you don't phone 5, Ted.
I know when you don't phone 510. I know when you don't phone 510.
Positive. Positive.
Full of hope and confidence, or giving cause for hope and confidence.
Positive or negative? Positive or negative?
Positive or negative?
Positive or negative? Positive or negative?
Positive change. Positive change.
Positive change.
Positive change. Positive change.
We have a positive story to tell and image to sell. We have a positive story to tell and image to sell.
We have a positive story to tell and image to sell.
We have a positive story to tell and image to sell. We have a positive story to tell and image to sell.
December. December.
The 12th and last month of the year, after November and before January.
And we will be cutting the ribbon on this, the first phase, this December. And we will be cutting the ribbon on this, the first phase, this December.
And we will be cutting the ribbon on this, the first phase, this December.
And we will be cutting the ribbon on this, the first phase, this December. And we will be cutting the ribbon on this, the first phase, this December.
But we're celebrating Thanksgiving in December because he's lunar. But we're celebrating Thanksgiving in December because he's lunar.
But we're celebrating Thanksgiving in December because he's lunar.
But we're celebrating Thanksgiving in December because he's lunar. But we're celebrating Thanksgiving in December because he's lunar.
So, what happened one night in December 2012 changed my life. So, what happened one night in December 2012 changed my life.
So, what happened one night in December 2012 changed my life.
So, what happened one night in December 2012 changed my life. So, what happened one night in December 2012 changed my life.
South. South.
In or forming the south part of something.
I'm from the South. I'm from the South.
I'm from the South.
I'm from the South. I'm from the South.
The journey to the South originally took 6 months. The journey to the South originally took 6 months.
The journey to the South originally took 6 months.
The journey to the South originally took 6 months. The journey to the South originally took 6 months.
And in the South, a car is a necessary thing. And in the South, a car is a necessary thing.
And in the South, a car is a necessary thing.
And in the South, a car is a necessary thing. And in the South, a car is a necessary thing.
Then.
Used to introduce the second part of a comparison.
Clock has one arm longer than the other. Clock has one arm longer than the other.
Clock has one arm longer than the other.
Clock has one arm longer than the other. Clock has one arm longer than the other.
Today, there are more than 100. Today, there are more than 100.
Today, there are more than 100.
Today, there are more than 100. Today, there are more than 100.
I have worked with more than 500 companies. I have worked with more than 500 companies.
I have worked with more than 500 companies.
I have worked with more than 500 companies. I have worked with more than 500 companies.
Rich.
Having a lot of money or valuable possessions.
Oh, this should be rich and overtaxed. Oh, this should be rich and overtaxed.
Oh, this should be rich and overtaxed.
Oh, this should be rich and overtaxed. Oh, this should be rich and overtaxed.
Too bad only the very rich can afford to use them. Too bad only the very rich can afford to use them.
Too bad only the very rich can afford to use them.
Too bad only the very rich can afford to use them. Too bad only the very rich can afford to use them.
It says he's from one of the richest families in Colombia. It says he's from one of the richest families in Colombia.
It says he's from one of the richest families in Colombia.
It says he's from one of the richest families in Colombia. It says he's from one of the richest families in Colombia.
Hospital.
A place where people who are ill or injured are treated and taken care of by doctors and nurses.
We've built schools and hospitals. We've built schools and hospitals.
We've built schools and hospitals.
We've built schools and hospitals. We've built schools and hospitals.
This hospital is for people. This hospital is for people.
This hospital is for people.
This hospital is for people. This hospital is for people.
Make sure we have a direct line to the hospital. Make sure we have a direct line to the hospital.
Make sure we have a direct line to the hospital.
Make sure we have a direct line to the hospital. Make sure we have a direct line to the hospital.
Second. Second.
A short unit of time that is equal to a 60th of a minute.
Just 1 second. Rachel, it's your dad. Just 1 second. Rachel, it's your dad.
Just 1 second. Rachel, it's your dad.
Just 1 second. Rachel, it's your dad. Just 1 second. Rachel, it's your dad.
Okay, wait just a second. Okay, wait just a second.
Okay, wait just a second.
Okay, wait just a second. Okay, wait just a second.
Sorry, takes a second to get out of it. Okay. Sorry, takes a second to get out of it. Okay.
It takes a second to get out of it.
Sorry, takes a second to get out of it. Okay. Sorry, takes a second to get out of it. Okay.